The Atlanta Falcons reportedly signed wide receiver Calvin Ridley to his 4-year rookie deal on Wednesday, and according to my count, that leaves 11 of this year's first-round selections unsigned. Pittsburgh Steelers safety Terrell Edmunds is one of those 11 players. So, what's the hold-up right now when it comes to the Steelers getting Edmunds signed? More than likely it has to do with the offset language, and former NFL agent Joel Corry has already done a great job earlier in the offseason when it comes to defining that part of contract negotiations with first-round selections. With Ridley now signed, Edmunds becomes the highest drafted player outside of this year's top 10 that remains unsigned. It's worth noting, however, that the player selected this year immediately after he was Jacksonville Jaguars defensive tackle Taven Bryan also remains unsigned. So, why is that notable? It will be interesting to see whether Jacksonville signs 29th overall pick Taven Bryan to a contract where his salary guarantees have offsets. The Jaguars haven't required offsets for the last 6 first-round picks, which have all been in the top 5 of the draft, Corry wrote for CBS Sports right after the draft. Could it be that Edmunds and his representation from CAA are waiting to see what ultimately happens with Bryan's contract as it relates to offsets? I suppose it's possible. That could also explain why this year's 30th and 31st overall selections currently remain unsigned as well. By the way, one of those two players, New England Patriots running back Sony Michel, has the same representation that Edmunds does. In case you're curious, last year the Steelers signed their first-round selection, outside linebacker TJ Watt, on June 14. In fact, you have to go all the way back David DeCastro in 2012 to find a Steelers first-round selection that wasn't already under contract by July 4. DeCastro ultimately signed his rookie deal on July 24 of 2012. The year prior to that, defensive end Cameron Hayward didn't sign his rookie contract until July 29, 2011. That was more than likely related to the NFL lockout delays, however. The Steelers will almost certainly have Edmunds under contract by the time the team reports to training camp. However, it will be worth watching to see if he signs his deal before or after Bryan does. Unsigned 2018 first-round draft picks QB Baker Mayfield 1st overall RB Saquon Barkley 2nd overall QB Sam Darnold 3rd overall CB Denzel Ward 4th overall QB Josh Allen 7th overall Pound Roquan Smith 8th overall OT Mike McGlinchey 9th overall Terrell Edmunds 28th overall DT Taven Bryan 29th overall CB Mike Hughes 30th overall RB Sony Michel 31st overall.